Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? So if you guys didn't know, I had the luxury, the blessing, I don't even have the words to describe it, but I had the pleasure of going to Coachella Weekend 1 2017 for the first time. I've been wanting to go to Coachella since I was 14 years old. I remember when I first asked my mom for the $350 and it was just not a possibility back then, and now 5 years later, fast forward, I am able to do things on my own and I felt really good considering, you know, asking your mom at 14 versus being able to go on your own 5 years later. It was such a rewarding experience. So I finally got to go to Coachella, and let me just say, the stories that I heard and how people describe it are not nearly as good as actually just going. Everybody's like, yeah, it's fun, it's really fun. And people are like, even if you don't know who the artists are, like, it doesn't matter the lineup, it's fun. People give really vague descriptions about it. No, it is amazing. Like, I had the luxury of going this year and there were a lot of good artists. Like, I saw Kendrick, I saw Migos, I saw Gucci Mane, I saw DJ Khaled, I saw Fantagrams, there were just so many dope people and so many dope artists. I don't even know who they are, but I saw them. But just being at Coachella, walking around and feeling the vibes, it does not matter who it is because the visuals and the sounds are so dope. You just kind of walk around and you hear something and you're like, what is this? It's amazing. Like, it's so dope. And then the vibes there, the people there are pretty cool. Like, it's really good. Without further ado, I'm going to get into my dramatic Coachella story because there's always some antics or just some drama that happens with me. It's always me. So I'm gonna tell you guys about how I almost died at Coachella. Day one. So, I went to Coachella with my boyfriend and all of our friends, and we got to Coachella every day around like 5 o'clock or so. So Travis Scott went on, I think, around 7 or 8 o'clock. So we ended up going to the stage that he was at a bit early so we could have a good spot. So we ended up watching the Fantagrams a bit early, and we didn't intend to go see them, we just went early, but Fantagrams are so dope. I don't know if I'm saying it right, Fantagrams, whatever, but I love that band now, so shouts out to them. So we're pretty close too, like, and Fantagram is a very chill set, so nobody's wilding out, nobody's dancing, it's just like swaying, it's cool, whatever, so it's easy to squeeze through. So we squeeze through and we make it to like the center, like the middle and the center of the stage, so we can see pretty clearly, and the screens are freaking huge, so we can see everything pretty nicely. Sounds good. So Fantagrams go off, and now we are waiting for Travis Scott. So let's just say Travis Scott goes on at 7:30, and Fantagram stopped around 7. So we have a good 30 minutes of just like, get your stuff situated, okay? Because people were expecting to see Travis Scott, the crowd automatically got like 10 times bigger in the span from 7 o'clock to 7:30, and so we got squeezed together. Like, before we had space to, you know, dance, turn around, and then between 7 and 7:30 everybody became squeezed in like this, and you're like in a sardine can. So then all of a sudden at 7:30 we see a screen drop, and it's a big black screen, and it's like a curtain or something, but it drops, and it's projected onto it. It says Travis Scott, and it's like an old VHS cassette tape, like blurred on the screen. That's what it looks like, and it's like glitching out, and everybody's like, "Ooh!" Like, the the anticipation. So first we see that, and then we see a giant bird in a cage being dragged onto the stage. I'm getting antsy and excited because I love Travis Scott. I go so hard for Travis Scott. He is a rock star and so much more. I love him. I love his music. So the visuals come out, and then all of a sudden we just hear. Okay, that is all we hear first, is a guitar strum and the beginning of Don't Play, and it's just like, woo! Everybody's screaming, and we're just like, oh my god, he's not gonna open with this. And if you know the song, this is like the hypest song ever, because you know what the first line of the song is. I'm playing with these, oops. So I'm getting pretty hyped, okay? And so we hear him talking, and we're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, Travis is about to start. So we hear him talking, and we're looking on the stage, and we're looking everywhere, and we can't find him. We're like, where's Travis Scott? Bro, my boyfriend goes, Zoli, look. And I'm like, what? He points to the left, bro. I look to my left. Travis Scott is standing right next to us, basically. I'm not even kidding. Like, if I were to stage dive and like grab out my arm a little bit, he would be right there. I would be touching him. We would be best friends. We were that close. And there's just smoke and red like smoke coming out of the ground everywhere, and Travis Scott just rises from the depths of hell, it looks like, and he's just screaming. I'm like, oh my god. And he goes, if y'all ain't ready to freaking mosh pit, if y'all ain't ready to die, then get the f out. And we're just like, oh shit. He was not playing, okay? That is when the tables turned. I should have listened to Travis Scott's warning, but I thought I thought I was gonna be cute, and I thought it was gonna be okay. I should have listened. He wasn't joking. This is all I hear. So I just hear, I'm playing with these things, and literally the entire crowd just shifts. Like, everybody gets thrown to the right, and mind you, I have a backpack, and I've got on a body chain, and I'm like, Justin's got his arms around me, and I'm standing, my friend Carly, Illy, and Austin and I, we're all together. We're standing together, bro, I look around, everybody's like, gone. The group of people that we were talking to, gone. Everybody gets smushed into a sardine can, and we're all just like thrown everywhere because everybody is trying to mosh in and see Travis, and literally the crowd just goes. Like, it was the scariest thing of my life. I look around and I don't know what to do because I'm like suffocating because everybody is taller than me, and I'm drowning in a sea of people. It was the scariest thing in my life. So I pretty much knew what to expect as far as it being crowded, but I wasn't expecting it to be that dangerous. Like, normally I can find safe spaces in the crowds. This place was just like, fend for yourself or die. Like, I know it might sound a bit dramatic, but it was that intense and scary to the point where it was like, okay, like, I could end up leaving here with like a fractured or broken something, or maybe even unconscious or dead. So I look around and all my friends and I are like this because you can't like keep your limbs to yourself, and I've got people's elbows like in my face. I'm getting punched in the eye, I'm getting socked in the face, I'm getting just like everything everywhere. And at this point, I'm not even walking, I'm floating because your legs aren't even on the ground because you've got so many other people's weight on you. I just remember, because I kind of blacked out, not blacked out, but it was just like adrenaline. So this is what I remember, is somebody just smashes my toe. Like, literally the hardest I've ever felt anybody step on my toe. And I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, and then not even 5 minutes later, somebody smashes my foot. And I'm just like, oh my god, I'm going to have a broken toe or toes. Like, this keeps happening. Third time, somebody smashes my foot. Not only do they smash my foot, but they take my shoe with them. Like, they don't know, but I just feel my shoe go, whoop, and it's not on my foot anymore. And I just go, get them, like I cursed everybody out. I didn't even know, but I was just like, you're smashing my face. Like I'm freaking out on everybody in the crowd now. So I'm literally screaming and Justin goes, you lost your shoe? And I'm like, yes. And I don't know what happened. We're just like all swaying in the crowd and he dives in, like he pushes so many people out of the way. It looked like parting the Red Sea. He like threw everybody out the way. I don't know how, but he found my shoe and he grabbed my shoe. So I'm holding on to my shoe, but it just like, the craziness, the madness doesn't end. It just ensues and gets crazier as Travis performs, as he's screaming and shouting and telling, I ain't playing with these niggas. So as it gets worse, I just start crying because it was too overwhelming. And let me tell you something, I don't cry, okay? I do a lot of emotional things. I don't cry. Justin goes, are you okay? I'm like, no. He goes, he looks me dead in the eye. I've never had somebody look at me so seriously in my life. Justin goes, we're gonna get out of here. It was like some dramatic movie scene. I don't even know. It felt like straight out of a movie. He goes, we're gonna get out of here. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking like, how are we gonna get out of here? There are thousands of people around us. We're done for. We're here for this set. I look up, he goes to our friend Austin, he goes, Austin, I got the front, you got the back, protect the girls, because it's 2 guys and 3 of us. He said that he looked at me, I was crying, and then he looked around him to just like his surroundings before he shoved through, and he saw 3 other girls like smaller than me bawling and just like getting beat up. And it's not like people are just like swinging at you in the crowd, like you just can't help it because everybody is rushing and pushing, and so it's just like a sea of madness. And so he grabs me and he just plows through the crowd. Like I've never seen anybody do that in my life, and I've never had anybody save me like that in my life. He's pushing back on people, he's punching people, he's throwing people. Literally, I don't know how he did it. Like people that were way bigger than him, taller than him, anything. So I finally have like space, so I like poke my head up and I'm looking up as I'm still crying, and I just remember meeting eyes with a bunch of people, and I was just like, I know I probably looked a mess because I'm crying, my makeup and everything, and I'm just like disheveled, my hair is probably all over the place, and I just look at a group of people as I'm walking by and they're all just looking at me and they're just like. So finally we get out of the crowd, this life or death situation. And so they sit me down and I'm not wearing any shoes, I'm barely wearing socks, I have no jacket on, it's nighttime, it's freezing cold actually when you're not in the crowd, and I'm sitting on the ground like getting myself together. And guys, if this isn't fate, if this isn't like just how life works, I don't know what it was. Like maybe it was just because I was at Coachella, because this kept happening throughout the entire weekend, just moments like these. It was the weirdest thing ever. So flashback, this is like a side note. So if you didn't know, when I was 14 I was obsessed with Odd Future, okay? I loved Odd Future, I loved Tyler the Creator, I thought we were gonna get married, blah 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 blah, you get the gist of it. So I hear somebody go, yo, that's Tyler the Creator, that's Tyler the Creator. I'm like, what? And I'm like, look up, bro, and Tyler the Creator, Jasper, L-Boy, Taco, like the entirety of Odd Future walked over me as I'm having my anxiety/panic attack at this concert. And it's just like, why does life work like that? Like anybody could have walked past me. Anybody, anytime could have walked past me, could have done anything. And of course it had to be Odd Future as I'm like shriveled up into a ball in the corner crying, and they walk over me because they probably think like, oh, some drunk girl passed out, when that was not the case at all. It was just like, really? We all laughed about it afterwards. But yeah, that was my Coachella/Travis Scott death experience, near-death experience. I know it might sound a lot more dramatic, but it was that serious. I learned my lesson. I'm just going to stay to the sidelines next time, but I'm still gonna go ham because I love Travis Scott. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my story time. If you went to Coachella, tell me how you enjoyed it. Even if it was in 2017, tell me about previous Coachellas. And will you be going next year? Because I know for sure I will be there next year because I loved it so much. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.
Ahí es Cuervo.